Hey everyone, so I'm back with another video, and so today's video I'm going to be doing is the Judge a Book by its cover challenge that I had talked about last month. And this was started by Kelly over at Kelly's Book Spill. I'll leave her link to the video down below. But for this month's Judge a Book by its cover month, I got The Iron Witch by Karen Mahoney. Yeah, Mahoney. And so when I saw this book, I got it at Half Price Bookstore, and it was only $5, so I was like, okay, cool. And I was just drawn to the cover because I love all the swirls that are on here, and like the font of the title as well. And then also just like her arm, if you can see, there's like a whole bunch of swirls on her arm. So it's like, okay, what's this about? So made me interested in reading it and seeing what it was about. So that's why I picked this book. I will say though, I did not really enjoy it. It was very hard to get into, and I had a lot of problems with this book. I wanted to like it because it's pretty, the cover's pretty, but I just didn't. I think this goes to show that I need to do the opposite and pick books that I'm not attracted to, and maybe they'll be better. Because I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, okay, so the cover of books that I'm drawn to, last month I did Sleep No More for the Judge a Book by its cover challenge, and that was just okay. I gave it a 3.5 stars. This one I did not like at all. But both covers I was drawn to, and I thought it'd be good, and it didn't end up being good. Well, last month's was okay. Better than this one for sure. But the books that I really, really like, I'm not really drawn to the covers. So Hunger Games, I would have never picked up because of the cover. Let's see, Divergent, I don't think I would have picked up had I not known already what it was about and all the hype surrounding it. Fault in Our Stars, I don't think I would have picked up. So yeah, so some covers I'm just not drawn to, but the story ends up being so much better than what the cover makes it seem. So maybe for next month I'll have to try and get a cover that I don't really like and see how it goes with the story. But anyway, this book, I gave it 2 stars. Yeah, I really did not enjoy it. So pretty much what this book is about is a girl, the main character, her name is Donna, and when she was younger, when she was a kid, her and her parents were under attack, and her dad was killed, and her mom became crazy and had to go into a mental institution. And Donna, during the attack, her arms and her hands were badly injured, and so they had to use alchemy to like restore her arms and her hands, and that's why all the swirls on her arms and hands, it's basically the alchemy, the magic they used to fix her injuries. And she comes from Donna comes from a line of alchemists, and so her family comes from a long line of magical beings. They have powers and stuff. But basically, what it's about. So now she's 17, and she has basically one best friend, and then a guy that she meets later on in the book that becomes her love interest. But her best friend Naveen, he is taken by these elves. Okay, hence one of the issues I had with this book. But anyway, he was taken by these wood elves, and pretty much Donna is trying to save him and get him back. And so it's like she's caught between this, like, well, the wood elves take Naveen to this, like, evil fairy, whatever. Which, just saying evil fairy and what else, like, this book just, But anyway, the elves take him to this evil fairy or whatever, and when Donna tries to get him back, the fairy tells her, okay, I'll release him to you if you get me this elixir that the alchemist had. I think it was sort of like, I forget exactly. It's either an immortality elixir or something that keeps you young or something. I forget exactly. But they basically tell her to get the elixir from the alchemist and will release Naveen back to you. And of course, the alchemists have been protecting this elixir for years and years, and they don't want it to fall into the wrong hands. So she basically has to sneak in to one of the alchemist homes and try to get this elixir so she can save Naveen. It's basically what this book is. So just the fact that the villains in this book are a bunch of fairies and elves is one thing that turned me off about this book. I'm just like, really? A fairy and an elf? Like, that's what I need to be afraid of? It just didn't do it for me. The villains just did not do it for me. The other thing is the characters I just could not attach to. That probably has to do with the fact that this book is pretty short. I think it's like 289 pages. Yeah. And so there's not too much character development, so it's really hard to really get to know these characters and connect with them, so I didn't form any sort of attachment with Donna or Naveen or any of the characters. And then another thing, well, I will say I got to about halfway through this book, and the whole elf and fairy thing was really starting to annoy me. So, I mean, I finished the book, but I skimmed pretty much the last half of the book. I skimmed it just to see how it ends, what happened. And this is part of a series. I don't remember how many books are in it. I think there might be 4, but I don't remember. But this is part of a series. But I will not be continuing this series. Just can't get into the whole evil fairy, evil elf thing. Just, yeah. Um, but yeah, let's see, what else did I read about it? Oh, so the one good thing I will say about this book is, well, I actually don't know if this is good or bad, because usually I do not like huge major cliffhangers, and this book did not have really a cliffhanger. Like, you can see where you could continue on with the series, but it's not like an ending that just like leaves you waiting like, that's it, where's the rest? You know? So, in that sense, I guess it's a good thing, but considering how much I did not like this book, I'm wondering if it did have a major cliffhanger, if that would make me want to actually pick up the second book. I don't know. But at this point, I have no desire continuing the series. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this book. Yeah, it's pretty much all I wanted to say. Oh, actually, no, there's one more thing. If you do not like insta-love, like I do not like insta-love, you would not like this as well. Because it's such a short book, it's less than 300 pages. So the relationship between the main character and the love interest pretty much happens like right after they meet. So yeah, there's insta love in this too. So that's pretty much my take on this book. Gave it 2 stars. And that's all I'm going to talk about for this book. I did want to mention one thing, which is I've heard from several booktubers that book reviews are not the most popular or viewed videos on Booktube. And I just wanted to see how maybe we can change that. So I know one thing is a lot of people, when there's a book that everyone loves and it's really hyped up, then you'll have 50 booktubers doing a review of the same book, and a lot of them will say the same things. And so I think maybe that could be one of the reasons that book reviews aren't viewed as much as other videos, is because you have a ton of booktubers viewing or reviewing the same books, and it's mostly gonna be the same reactions or same opinions. So I was thinking maybe one thing we could do is, review more lesser known books. At least that's what I'm going to try to do with my videos. I do try to review lesser known books. I have reviewed some hyped up books as well. But I think I'm going to try and stick to like books that people don't really know about, haven't been talked about much on Booktube. And so I think I'm going to try to do that more. And, if we could all do that more, and just, it would, one, create more of a diversity of what books we see, what reviews we see, and it might actually help bring up the views for book reviews. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think, and leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, the whole deal. So I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!